The more hits we play, the more hits we get. URLradio.net. This is Nicole Morrison-Mathern, and you are listening to The Good to Know Show. And today our guests are Marilyn McMurray and Tara Argel from Trailblazing Communications out of Fargo. Hi, ladies.
Hi. Hello.
How's it going?
Well, it's going really good. We're excited to talk to Kai.
Yes, we have Kris in the studio, and they're going to be visiting with her about her dog, Kai, of 16 years. Kai's 16 years old, has been with Kris for 6. Well, first, let's tell us a little bit about Trailblazing Communications. Who are you guys? What do you do? All that good stuff.
Okay, well, Trailblazing Communications is a new business that we are launching. Well, we've been doing it for a little bit. We're launching it, and it's a program to talk to nonverbal people or animals. And what we do is we use it's a series of charts. It's not a computer program. It's a series of charts, and it's kind of a little hard to explain. But what we're going to do today is use a pendulum, and a pendulum is a tool that's been used for centuries, and it can be as simple as a washer on a string, and it's something you hold in your hand, and it connects with your energy. So if today when we're talking to Kai, we're going to connect with Kai's energy using the pendulum, and then what we'll do is go to a series of charts, the program that I created, and it'll take us through several different areas. We can learn about basic needs. We can learn about nutrition stuff, things going on in different body parts. We can find out what Kai needs to tell us about a health status, emotional status, things with relationships. She can tell us what, if something going on with her body chemistry, maybe an infection or something like that. And then she can tell us through a chart what things she might need in her life to make it better. And then she can tell us if she needs any health interventions or things like that. And how she can do that is through the pendulum and these charts. So it's kind of a flip chart kind of thingy, and that's how we communicate. And this program was created because Marilyn and I both do animal communication, and it's something that I've taught for many, many years. We can all learn how to do nonverbal communication, but what happens is people have busy lives, and they oftentimes don't have the time to practice and hone those skills. It does take a bit of practice, and I really wanted people to have a close relationship with the people and animals in their life that are nonverbal. And so I thought there's got to be an easier way, and this is how the people style and animal style programs under Trailblazing Communications came to life. So we're really excited. They're very, we've had a lot of amazing meetings with people and using the program, but it's something that we sell and people can buy and do it themselves. They don't need us to do the program for them. So just so people know that. And if you go to trailblazingcommunications.com, there's some videos and things that you can check out so you can literally see the program in use. So you can see the charts that we're talking about.
Okay, and you hit on it just a little bit, Tara, but you also do this on the people side of things. You communicate with nonverbal animals, nonverbal people, and even verbal people who don't like to be verbal, right?
Right, or people that, maybe a depressed youth that doesn't know how to express themselves, or you can even talk to babies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right. Marilyn and I, when we met, there's some things that my youngest son does that I've been kind of wondering about, and we were able to hit on those things with him, and so it's just awesome program.
Well, thank you.
All right. Anything else you want to say about Trailblazing Communications before we start talking to Kai?
I guess what I would like to say is I think, this is a little bit of a stretch concept for a lot of people, and it might seem a little intimidating at first, but it's really very, very simple to use. It's very, very simple to get, good at using the program. So I encourage people to have an open mind and a sense of kind of adventure and realize that, it's a little bit new, but it's very easy to use and very accurate. So it can bridge a lot of gaps for people.
All right. Well, I am going to just sit back and enjoy the show while Marilyn and Tara and Kris talk to Kai.
Okay. So what we're going to do, Kris, like you said, you wanted us to check in to see how Kai is feeling and kind of anything she wants us to know about her physical health. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be using the program doing that, and while I'm going through the charts, Marilyn's going to kind of tell you all what what's coming up and how we're doing that. So we're going to double team you.
Okay, sounds great.
Okay, so the first thing that you do when you go to the program is you hold the pendulum, and what you want to do is, first of all, ask, can we find out what Kai needs us to know about how she's feeling through the program? And a pendulum will give you a yes or no answer, and I'm getting a yes. So I'm going to go to the charts right now. There's a main chart that you start with, and then Marilyn will let you know kind of where we're going.
Okay.
And the nice thing about this, if you consider it like your computer home screen, it will, it's your main starting point is where Tara's at right now.
Okay.
And Kai is taking us to the interrelational chart that we're supposed to go to now. So Tara's just flipping some pages here to get to that chart.
And it's all tabbed.
And it's all tabbed and it's color-coded. So anyone can use this. My daughter watches and she'll be like, Mom, you have to go to the green, and she's 8. And the first thing that Kai went to telling us is that not feeling good. She doesn't feel good.
So now what we can do is we can ask some yes or no questions to kind of hone that out more if we want to, know more about that. So at any time, Kris, since you are very connected to Kai, and, if you had this program, you would be the one doing this. So when we're doing this, if any questions, yes or no questions come up that you would like to further kind of pull out answers to her responses, definitely shoot those at us.
Okay.
So with her saying she doesn't feel good, is there any yes-no question that you'd like to ask to kind of, get some more information from that?
Yeah, I can think of a couple. Do we need to adjust pain medication?
Okay, so I'm going to ask her, would it help to have an adjustment in her pain medication? And I'm getting a no.
Okay. I have another.
So what's that?
I have another question.
Yes.
Is she feeling, when she says she doesn't feel good, would it be like her stomach or, gas?
Yeah, we can find out more. That's a really great question. And what I will do is after we kind of get just a little bit more flavoring of not feeling good, the program can take us to the parts of the body and stuff like that. She can tell us that through the program. So a question that I want to ask her, kind of, when you're using this program, you should let your intuition, if something pops in your mind that it's typically a question you should ask. And what's popping in my mind is I want to ask her if that not feeling good fluctuates from day to day or even from the beginning of the day to the end of the day. So I'm going to ask her if that not feeling good fluctuates quite a bit for her. And I get a yes.
Okay.
So it fluctuates. It's not like she always feels bad, but it kind of, ebbs and flows. Have you noticed that with her?
Definitely.
Okay. So I'm going to ask her if there's anything else she wants us to know about not feeling good, and I'm getting a no. And so when we're on a chart, what I want to do is make sure there isn't anything else on this chart she wants us to know. So I'm going to ask Kai, anything else on this chart right now that we need to address, and I'm getting a no. So then my next question is, do I need to go to another chart, and I'm getting a yes.
So we're back to the home page, again, as I like to call it, where you start at the very beginning. And it looks like, and the pendulum just swings, and then we go to the different places, and she is taking us to body area.
Okay.
And then I'm asking, show us what you need us to know, Kai, from this chart.
And the pendulum just swings back and forth until it gets to the answer that she wants to tell us. And she's taking us to the organs. And Tara's just going through a list of the organs to figure out which one she wants to talk to us about today.
And it took us to body area, organs, and she took us to stomach. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So any questions you want to ask her about her stomach?
Now, I don't... Is this something that a dog could answer or a vet could answer? For example, the med that we're giving her could cause stomach upset and gas and stuff like that.
Here's what's happening. People say, well, how does an animal know, what body part and this and that? When you use a pendulum and you tap into your own energy or somebody else's energy, you're tapping into kind of the subconscious. And if you want to get a little woo-woo about that, we all kind of have a higher consciousness that kind of rules our whole body, our health, our spiritual life, all those things. And so we are tapping into that. And what Marilyn and I have found with the program, working with people or with animals, is that, well, for example, we've worked with kids that the parents have been told that the kids only function at, like a 1-year-old level or something like that. And when you tap into this part of a person, to their subconscious and that higher part of themselves, you bypass all physical limitations. Mm-hmm. So, we can tap in, and Kai can tell us about that. And we can tap into a baby, and the baby can tell us amazing things, because we're tapping into a higher part of ourselves when we do that.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes. So I guess the question would be, is the new med that we put her on causing her extreme discomfort? And the flip side would be, is it okay by her to continue it?
So is she just on one medication?
Yes, just started it a few days ago, and it's...
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask her if the medication is irritating her stomach. Is that correct?
Right.
And I'm getting a yes.
Okay.
She's telling me yes. I'm going to ask her, Kris, if you're okay with that, if she wants to take the medication. Is that okay?
Mm-hmm.
So, and I'm getting a no. She doesn't want to take it.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm going to ask her if there's anything else she needs us to know about organs. Did you have any other questions about the stomach before I go on?
Nope, I don't think so.
Okay. And she's telling us no to organs. And then since we were in the body area chart, I'm going to ask her if there's anything else she needs us to know about body area. And I'm getting a yes. So we'll see where she takes us. Okay, she takes us to the lymph system. And the lymph system is like our body cleanser for people who don't know what that is. Our lymph system is what moves toxins through our body and that kind of thing. So any questions, Kris, about her lymph system?
Well, the vet was wondering if the cancer had reached the lymph system.
Okay, let's ask her. So, Kai, has the cancer reached your lymph system? And she says it has.
Okay.
Yep. Any other questions about the lymph system?
I don't think so.
Okay. I'm going to ask her if there's anything else she needs us to know about the lymph system, and I'm getting a no.
Go ahead. Now, since we got a no on that, Tara will ask if there's anything else from that chart that we need to know. And she got a no, so now we're going back to the home chart. And Kai is taking us to body chemistry. I kind of feel like Vanna White, just so you know.
You're kind of cute like her, too. So
without the long, flowy dress. And we're in body chemistry, and the pendulum is just swinging back and forth here until Kai can land on what she wants us to know. She took us to pH imbalance.
Okay.
And she's telling us that her system is acidic. Do you know what that means when a system is acidic?
I've heard of it, but...
Acidic, if our pH is in a good place, we will be alkaline. Mm-hmm. It'll be either neutral or alkaline. And alkaline is, I would just encourage I'm not a doctor, but I would encourage somebody to just do some research on that. But what I do know is when our body is acidic, that's when it's a breeding ground for yeast and cancer.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So, and our body becomes acidic. It can become acidic from medications. It can become acidic from our diet, those kinds of things. So we can balance out our pH by eating different foods or different, natural supplements and things like that. So, and my guess is, if her system has cancer, it's been off for a while, and so balancing it could potentially slow the cancer down. Mm-hmm. It could potentially make her feel better, that kind of stuff. I'm going to ask her if there's anything she wants us to know any more about the pH balance. Okay. And she's telling us no. Do you have any questions, Kris, about that at all before we...
No, I'll just research it,
Okay. So...
Tara's just asking if there's any more questions on that chart. And now we are back to the homepage.
She's telling us there's more she wants us to know.
Now she's taking us to nutrition. So she's like, I didn't get what I needed to tell you on the other chart, so I'll take you to this one. And she took us to the supplement chart. So Tara is going to flip to the sub chart to figure out here what she might need.
So the first thing that comes up under supplements is acidophilus. Are you familiar with that?
Yes, I am.
Yep, she's telling us she needs acidophilus. I'm going to ask her if there's another supplement, and I'm getting a yes, so we'll find out.
It's on my list of things.
What's that?
Acidophilus is on my grocery list of things that I need to get her today, as a matter of fact.
And she's also asking for probiotics.
Okay.
Okay. Any questions about that?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Okay. And she's telling us no more supplement stuff, so I'm going to ask her if there's anything else on nutrition. And she's telling us yes.
I think it's so interesting that our animals and kids will validate, like you said, you already had that on your list. I think that's just always so interesting.
Yeah.
She's taking us to vitamins, to the vitamin chart.
And vitamin D3 comes up, and I'm not sure off the top of my head what vitamin D3 is. So what I tell people is when you have this program, you have this information, and if something like that comes up, then the next thing would be to either consult with somebody that can help you, with the vitamin or the supplement or whatever, or, Google it and go do some research. You can find out a lot Googling something. So vitamin D3, just for curiosity's sake, I'm going to pull it up real quick. I'm going to Google it.
I'll just add a couple cents in there, and I know that vitamin D is very important for, especially us in North Dakota with the lack of sunlight and that kind of stuff that's starting already. And it's a cancer-fighting vitamin. Vitamin D is.
Well, there you go. Well,
Nicole was our Google for today.
Thanks for that. Okay. So there you go. She's telling us she needs that. So I'll ask if there's any more vitamins. She says no. I'm going to go back. We're going to back out. Anything else on the nutrition chart? She says no. And we need to go to another chart. She says yes. So
we're back to the home page again, ladies. And the home page is a multicolored page with the colors of the rainbow, and then everything underneath it is all tabbed out. And she is taking us to the health intervention chart.
Okay.
And we'll see what she has to say to us on this one.
Okay, she's telling us she needs flower essences. And so, are you familiar with flower essences?
Yes, I'm not using them currently, but I am familiar with them.
Okay, so she's telling you that she needs flower essences. So what you would do is find somebody that does flower essences and then have them check in with her and find out what she needs.
Okay.
On the website, each program has its own website section. And on the back, it'll explain, you can go to the health intervention section of the website, and all the modalities that are listed in the program will be listed there and what they are and that kind of thing. And because we're just out of the chute, we're in the process of collecting and adding, people that you can call for those services and stuff like that. So, and when we're done here, I can give you a few references for flower essences if you don't know of anybody.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, so I'm just going to ask if there's anything else she needs. No, anything else? She says we're done with that question.
Okay.
So, she told us a lot more than just how she was feeling, didn't she? She took us into, what she needs. So we might have covered a few questions at one time here, but you had also wanted us to check in with her about why she looks at you and why. So
sometimes
before
I'm
we
able...
go on, did you have any questions at all about that process or what we got, or does that all make sense to you?
No, that makes sense. I don't think so.
Okay, so what do you think about her ability to be able to tell you about what's going on for her?
She's very communicative. This dog has... Sometimes we tell her to take off your dog suit because she's like a human with a dog suit. She's just so present.
Yeah, and that's what Marilyn and I are loving about this program is it gives a means by which they can direct us with the wisdom that they do have to share. So it's a tool to help guide us to stay with them in communication.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of cool. So I'm going to ask her now what she wants you to know when she whines and looks at you. So first thing I'll ask is, can I find that answer? Can I find that answer in the program? And I'm getting a yes. So I will.
Now we're back to the home chart again, and she is taking us to emotional. And the pendulum is just swinging back and forth again. We're on the emotional chart.
I feel like we should have some Jeopardy music or something.
I know, right? Good. Or maybe Marilyn and I need to learn a few songs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hum or something.
What was that?
I said maybe you could hum or something like that.
Oh, yeah, we'll work on that. What's coming up on the emotional chart is a concept called emotional sponging. And what that means is that she is taking on energy from someone or something in her environment. So any questions come to mind, Kris, for you to kind of fine-tune what that might be about?
I think I know what it might be about.
Okay.
So I can't think of a yes or no, but what do I need to do to help her with that?
Okay, so you know who she might be sponging from?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So we don't need to ask that. Okay. And I'm going to ask her if there's anything else we need to know about emotional sponging on this chart. No. And then do we need to go? She's going to take us to another chart. So she's probably going to answer your question here. We're back to the first chart.
And we are, back to the home page, and she is going to take us to basic needs. And she's taking us to play.
So she wants to say something about play. So any questions come up for you, Kris?
It doesn't surprise me. I guess with her state of health, I want to provide play, but I don't want to overdo it. So I want to know, does she want more? Does she want less?
Okay, I'm going to break that down first, and I'm going to ask her, are you referring to yourself playing, Kai? And she's saying no.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to have to ask, are you referring to Kris to play? And she's saying yes. Does that make sense?
Yes, I wonder if she means music, because sometimes I sing to her, and with
well,
all this...
let's ask her. Does it have to do with music?
With all this stress lately,
Does it have to do... I'm just going to go with what's popping in my head.
Mm-hmm.
Does it have to do with Kris needing more play time and less work time? And I get a yes. So I'm also going to just back up and ask her if the emotional sponging is from you, and I'm getting a yes. Does that make sense?
I have to think about that. I'm not sure.
So what she's saying is animals are very affected by our energy. So like when I get going, and I'm a good one to get charging around and forget about, my own needs because I'm so busy getting excited about projects and, doing all kinds of things. And my animals will let me know when I'm out of balance because they're affected. Animals are affected by what's going on for us emotionally and physically. So I always tell people, if you want to take really good care of your animals, take really good care of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm guessing what she's trying to tell us, Kris, is that there must be some stress with you about maybe not playing enough, maybe you're working too hard, something like that. We could ask her all those yes and no questions, but that's entirely up to you. But I'm guessing that's kind of what she's trying to tell us with that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Okay. So I'm going to ask her if there's anything else we need to know about play, and she says no. Anything else about basic needs? No. Do we need to go to another chart? No. So I'm guessing when she's staring at you and whining, she's telling you you got to do some more play.
She does like it when I get zany, even if I'm not playing with her. But I'll jump around the house and toss balls around, just even if she doesn't play with me, and she watches very amused. So I have not really, I've been so tired with staying up with her and things like that I haven't goofed around like that much.
Yes, I'll ask her. I'm going to ask her if she enjoys that, and I'm getting a yes. So yes, that's what she's doing, is telling you to kind of put some fun on.
Okay.
Even though I'm sure it tugs at your heart that she's not feeling well, she still wants you to embrace the moment.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense, because I wasn't sure when she doesn't chase the ball anymore. Should I keep doing this? I mean, she watches me like it's really cool, but she doesn't run after it. And I thought, am I just torturing her, or does she like this? So that's
well, now you know.
Mm-hmm.
Now you know. How cool is that?
Yeah, that's really cool.
So do you feel like you've had your questions answered that we started with?
Oh, definitely.
Wonderful. Anything else that you want to check in with her about?
Oh, there's
We have
always there's always more I'd want to check in with her about, but this is a great place to start. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. And just so you know, we did the program for you, but this is something that the average Joe can pick up and use and do exactly what we just did with your own animals or your people who are nonverbal as well. So, and that's our intention, is to really bridge communication between those groups. So, yeah, very cool.
Great, thank you.
All right, well, thanks, ladies, for joining us. And I would like to invite everybody to come on down to URL Radio next Wednesday, the 17th. Tara and Marilyn will be in town and do these readings for people. We're having a ladies' night right here at URL from 4 to 7. And so if you have something that's always been kind of weighing on you and you've wanted to know an answer and that person or that animal cannot communicate it to you, come on down and visit with these ladies. They're not charging anything for you to experience this.
Wonderful.
All right. Well, thanks, ladies. We'll see you next week. And stick
Thank
right
you.
here. We'll be right back